Okay, I think I'm co-host. Um, Let me explain what's going on here, because a lot of you people probably are a little bit shocked and don't understand what's going on. Um, Sometimes in life, people are very talented, but they're held back for whatever reason. Um, this man who is behind Andrew Tate Update's account is a very, very valuable asset, and he was underutilized by the war room. That much is abundantly clear. I had a long talk with this gentleman, seven life path, very intelligent. And when it comes down to it, he is someone who looks up to Andrew Tate. And none of that has changed, actually. You guys probably expect me to be running my mouth. You guys probably expect me to be saying "fuck Tate," ha ha. We're going to war. None of that stuff. None of that stuff is going to be here, man. Um, we saw Tate rise up to megastar status, and even though I had an issue with him and I did not like the man because he did something to me that cost me a lot of money back in the day, I didn't necessarily disagree with his message on most points. And let's not forget, the government went after him just like they're going after Russell Brand right now. And Russell Brand's out here making noise like Tate was last year, maybe not to the same degree, but that's a big, big name out there. And now he's in the headlines. It's just really interesting how people who go against the establishment all of a sudden are rapists. That's extremely interesting how that happens. So I gotta tell you, man, you have to be blind not to see what is going on. So I'm not going to make a victory lap or go at Andrew. I gotta be honest. There's much worse people in the world than Andrew Tate, including Logan Paul, cucks like Adam 22 and Destiny. These are people that basically brainwash men to be fucking pieces of garbage. And that's not something I can support in any way whatsoever. So I want to make that abundantly clear. But what we have here is a situation where the people under Tate weren't taking care of their people. I want to repeat that. The people under Andrew Tate were not taking care of his people. And that's a problem because, it reminds me of this point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers back in the day. His name was Terrell Brandon. And he was so talented, but he was always going to be a backup to Mark Price. And the best solution for that problem, and it's a good problem to have, was for Terrell Brandon to get traded. And after he traded, he wasn't Mr. Price's shadow anymore, and he just freakingly flourished. So I'm looking at this guy who built a 500K account. By the way, the biggest Andrew Tate support account there is. And he is not being taken care of by the war room. So yes, this is an indictment against Luke. This is an indictment, maybe. I don't know the inner structures as well as other people, but Iggy should have been all over this. This man should have been taken care of. This man should have been, in a lot of ways, basically rewarded. He was loyal the whole way through, and in all honesty, he still is. This man is not attacking Andrew Tate. I'm not attacking Andrew Tate, but the war room leadership in Andrew Tate's absence, um, you guys really need to step up because you have a valuable asset right here, and no one was utilizing him. This man made less than $10,000 affiliating the war room for 2 years. That's a joke. I make that in a fucking day. This man fucking was a loyal member, and all he could make off War Room affiliates is less than 10,000 in 2 years. I mean, that's garbage. And that's not an indictment against Tate. That's an indictment against Luke, the guy running his War Room. This is absolute trash. My people, if I had a $500,000 account, that dude would be making at least six figures a year. So me and the man behind this account, and if he wants to make himself heard, he can do that. Have decided that we're going to work closely together, and I reward my soldiers. But I will tell this: I don't think Andrew's at fault, and I'm sure Andrew is going to listen to this in the next 24 to 48 hours. So the plan right now is for this individual and me to work much closely. I'm going to give him a teaching position because people should learn what this man has done. 500K followers, not bought, not paid for, but real followers. That's an accomplishment. That's an accomplishment, quite frankly, I haven't done with all my pull, and most of you guys in here haven't pulled off either. But this man did. Regardless of how he did it, he should be rewarded. So here's what I'm going to tell Andrew and Tristan. I think this man should be rewarded. He's had less than 10,000 giving to him in the past 2 years. He is one of your biggest soldiers online. So this is what I'm going to tell Andrew. Right now, I could be pulling a coup. I could be attacking you. I could be doing a lot of things. But I'm going to let you do the right thing because I believe in doing the right thing. See, a lot of people in here might worship God. I serve him. There's a much bigger difference. So I'm going to allow you to do the right thing. I'm going to allow you to talk to this account privately. It doesn't have to be publicly. And you can make amends with him. You can go out there and you can give this man what you think he's worth. Because let's face it, dude, I don't think $1 million is a lot of money. I sure hell know that you don't think $1 million is a lot of money. So I'm going to give you 24 to 48 hours to talk to this man privately. I'll step aside. I won't do a damn thing except for what happened right here. I'll make one tweet about it as well. You know, I mean, come on now. I mean, we can only be a saint for so much. I'll allow you to be the right thing. Go to him and make him offer to stay on the team because, quite frankly, you made a mistake, bro. And this is not an indictment on you, but at the end of the day, you have to look at the leadership. You put Luke in charge. You put Iggy in charge. I really don't think this is a situation that honestly should have happened. I mean, this is ridiculous. So at the end of the day, I'm showing you guys what honor is all about because I see something that's wrong and it should be corrected. A man of that stature, a man that helps that much should be rewarded. And this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking based off my conversation with this individual who runs the Andrew Tate account, based off the stuff I know, and based off me running GG33 for, over 10 years, I'm assuming he didn't even know what was going on. That's my assumption. I don't think if he knew what was going on, he would have allowed it. Because let's face it, this guy's basically playing chess all day. That would be a horrible chess move to have one of your biggest pieces online not be protected. So I'm assuming he didn't know about the situation. If my assumptions are correct, then, I could take advantage of the situation. I could start a war. But in all honesty, man, I mean, I'm pretty good with a lot of war room guys. So what's the point of starting a war? So I'll give Andrew Tate the opportunity to make amends with this account. I believe that this is a man who looks up to you based on the conversation that I had with him. This is a man who highly respects you. He just feels very disrespected for being a loyal dog and not even having any fucking meat on the bone thrown at him. And to people out there, I want you to understand that when you run an organization and you run a business, you got to do as much as you can for everybody. I have learned a long time ago that some people feel entitled. Some people feel entitled to, um, a lot of different things. Some people feel entitled to your time, to your money, to your knowledge. A lot of people feel entitled to a lot of different things. Sometimes it's justified, many times it's not. This does not look like one of those situations. Um, I have put on about 20 to 30 of my own students this year, giving them jobs. Are they, are rich off it yet? Of course not. I didn't make any money off this stuff, until a decade in. But I try to take care of the people who've actually put in a lot of effort. I believe what we have here is a situation where Andrew was not aware of what was going on. So I'm going to give the man the benefit of the doubt, and I'll let him slide in this man's DMs and try to rectify the situation. I think that's just the right thing to do at this point. A lot of people in my position would be doing something very, very different right now. A lot of people in my position would be going full attack mode. But, it's one of those things in life. That's not always what needs to be done. For instance, I run GG33. Unlike Andrew, I believe in having one marriage. And I mean, my Muslim friends can do whatever they want, but I think women are crazy enough. What the fuck would I want to deal with four of them for? I'm a one woman dude. I've raised a family, two kids, and I don't have to worry about going on a business trip that my girl is going to be doing something else, because that's not how this stuff works. But a lot of people in my position, if they ran GG33, they would have been running a whorehouse. They would have impregnated every pretty girl who wanted the reading. I would have had like fucking 30 kids by now. But that's just not me. See, with great power comes great responsibility. And I'm one of those guys who believes that karma matters. Karma matters, especially if you have a soul. Now, if you're listening to me and you're NPC fuck and you don't have a soul, so there's nothing to collect karmic energy or karmic residue from, you can do whatever you want. You're not going to get punished. If you have no soul, no karma will be held against you. We know that. That's why these evil fucks can go around doing shit and seems like nothing's holding them back. They got no soul. It's like a ship with no anchor. You understand? You're not going to stay in. You're not going to grab the stuff. So a lot of people who are soulless, I really don't give a fuck about what you think, but there's a lot of people out there with souls. I like to think that a large majority of my students, large majority of my followers have souls. And when you have a soul, you have a moral responsibility to actually do the right thing. And the reason you have that moral responsibility is your bloodline. What do you think? Karma isn't passed on through bloodlines? I want you to think about that for a second. The actions of people who held your bloodline in some way might affect the actions of you based off karma. It's fucked up to think about it, isn't it? That someone else's actions could harm other people, descendants in his family that he'll never even meet, or she. But that's the reality of the situation. So do you love your kids? Obviously, the answer in most cases, unless you're a fucking psychopath, is yes. So that means we have to not only live a moral life because of society, we have to live a moral life because of our ancestors and our descendants. Why? Do you want your kid behind the 8 ball? Do you really want your kid behind the 8 ball? I don't think you do. You know what? We're going to put the professor on because I have a good relationship with him. And you are approved to speak, my friend. Let's see if it actually worked.
Hey. Gary, can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. How we doing today?
I'm doing good, brother. You know, Gary, I like you, but what's up?
Go ahead, brother. Say what you have to
You
say.
know I respect you, Gary. You know I like you, but I do find this space very, very disappointing.
I understand. But we have a man here who has is the #1 war room guy, and he hasn't even been tossed any scraps.
Yeah, but
Am I out here attacking Andrew? Hold on. Am I out here attacking Andrew?
you're not.
Am I out here fucking saying lock the motherfucker up? He's guilty of doing that because you know that's a majority of his enemies would be doing right now. You do know that.
But
Instead, I bring you on and I say Andrew should direct message this guy and come to an understanding with him himself, and I'll step out the picture. That's what I did instead. In all honesty, I think I'm doing the honorable thing here. Do you disagree?
I think this is drama for no reason, in all honesty. Is our man here? Can I speak to him? Or is,
Mic check. Can you hear me?
Go
hey,
ahead.
brother, how are you? A couple of questions. Did you ever get offered an affiliate link? Yes or no? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I choose not to answer that question. It's pretty obvious that from the very beginning, I was always an affiliate. And what I want to make very clear is the reason I started this space today isn't to bash anyone. The reason I started this space isn't to shit on the Tates, isn't to say any of that crazy shit. The reason I started this space today is to let everyone know essentially that I'm going to be making a switch, and it is what it is. I've been loyal to the Tates. I've been defending
Will
them.
you?
I've been put in positions where even I've made tweets in the past. I think everyone can see it or can check it on my page. Where I asked the question, if you could erase Tate and everything you know about him, but accept $1 million, would you? And someone said they wouldn't erase him, and he was getting made fun of. And what ended up happening was that Andrew gave that guy $10,000 off of my tweet. And after 2 years, almost 2 years of just loyalty and spending a vast majority of my time making sure my priority was getting his message and his truth out there to defend him, to make sure that he's in a position where he always has backup, even if it isn't from me personally, but one of his support pages. I feel as though I'm in a position where I believe the way things have been handled, especially with my specific situation, it could have been much better. And I'm not asking for anything. I've I've reached out to Luke, I've reached out to the team, I've been ignored. And just from purely just a logical like point of view, I realized that it just doesn't make any sense for me to continue the way that I've been continuing, because for almost 2 years of loyalty, I practically have nothing to show for it. So
But
there's that.
my friend, you know, I'm sure you probably got offered a nice affiliate deal, and to me, it just sounds like you didn't do your job.
No, I did not, and I did do my job. Not only, I need everyone to understand something. I was doing such a great job that not only is this account proof of my
But
work,
what did
but
you?
at one point in time, I started an Instagram account after he got banned. that got so big, that got so massive, that even Vice, the hit piece, if you look at their hit piece, you can find it, Morpheus Resists. I got so close to Andrew and the team to the point where we actually shared accounts. I was doing very well, my friend. You're saying it sounds like I was just not doing my job, but you are wrong.
My friend, if you
You
were
couldn't
doing,
be more than wrong.
I know, I've been inside the real world. I know how many people are doing $10,000 a day just as affiliates. I know how much numbers people are doing in the real world. It's all public knowledge inside the group. So the fact you have 500K and you're trying to 500K followers and you're trying to tell me you did your job correctly, I find a little suspect. And Gary, as your friend, I really want to ask you if you want someone on your team who, once they don't make enough money because they suck at affiliating, if you really want that, if you want them to then go to your enemy and be talking about you. That's all I have to say on the matter.
No,
I
but
personally
hold on,
think, you know,
hold on. You asked me a question. I'll answer it. When I had a conversation with this man,
Yeah, I don't
I
know where you
made it.
went, but what I do want to make clear is that I do have my own source of funds and income that I have been working on, and it's not really a money thing, but I'm in a position where I have a lot more responsibility, and I was offered a deal, and I took the deal. I spoke to the team. I told them what I have on my mind. I was ignored. They never got back to me, and so I'm simply just taking a deal. And the reason for this space today is to let everyone know that the brand of this account is going to change, and that's pretty much it. I'm not here to bash anyone. I have the utmost respect for the team. Yeah, and that's just all there is to it, to be honest.
100%. We're not here to bash Andrew Tate in any way. If people think this is some bullshit, now see, if this man came to me like other people have come to me in the past, talking about, yo, we got dirt on Tate, I didn't listen to him. As a matter of fact, I blocked him. This is a completely different situation. This is a man who's being underutilized in the war room, and I think there's a huge place for him in GG33. It's that simple, man. This is not an attack on Andrew. I'm making this
awesome.
abundantly clear. I'm not attacking the war room. I am not attacking Andrew. This is a man who wants to move on. So
Fantastic.
again, there's no attack.
Gary,
Hold on. There's no attacks here,
no
man.
problem. And I wish whatever you do does very, very well. God bless you both and have a great day.
See? Very simple, man. I appreciate the honesty. I want everyone to know that we will be focusing on GG33 business. And I look forward to my venture with my new friend who is a dragon and is going to blow the fuck up in the dragon year. Ain't that right, brother? Let's see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
All right, brother. I think it's a good time to end the space. Again, this is GG33 business. This is not an attack on the war room. I saw asset that was being underutilized, and I added it to the team. This is not like he's going to be coming on the team to talk shit. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be completely honest. Talking shit about Tate ain't what it used to be. That shit used to get you clout back in the day. I mean, come on now. Those days are over. I'm not even attacking him. There's many worse people in the world like Logan Paul or fucking cucks like Destiny that in 22. I will, put Tate and Russell Brand in the same category, people who are being attacked by the state. I think that's a good time to end the space. If you guys want to know more about GG33, this is what everyone in the world is using right now. This is numerology and astrology. It's even the cheat code to the matrix. It's that simple. When you look at what's going